Ancient Sumerians were more than familiar with handbags, or perhaps objects that modern people perceive. At first glance, a simple handbag symbol might seem harmless, but look closer. It's found in ancient carvings worldwide. These mysterious handbags repeatedly appear in Mesopotamia, Mesoamerica, Asia, and Africa. Why? It's just a fact that those identical bags are found in ancient Sumer in the hands of individuals who were considered to be civilization bringers. What do they represent? For decades, archaeologists have been stumped. But one man, Graham Hancock, believes he's uncovered the shocking truth. I call them manbags. What if these handbags held the key to a forgotten chapter of human history? Stay with us as we dive into this ancient mystery and explore the secrets that could change everything we thought we knew. The first thing that stands out is how widespread these handbag carvings are. They aren't limited to one place or one culture. No, these carvings appear everywhere. In ancient Mesopotamia, the Sumerians, Assyrians, and Babylonians depicted them. And it's not just there. Across the ocean in Mesoamerica, the Olmec and Toltecs left behind similar symbols. We find them in Asia too, in the artwork of ancient Indian and Indonesian cultures. The mystery doesn't stop there. In Europe, the Etruscans and the Hittites also carved these handbags. They even show up in North America on the petroglyphs created by indigenous people. You might be thinking, so what? Maybe they all just used handbags. But that doesn't explain the pattern. These symbols appear across continents, cultures, and periods. Cultures that never had contact with each other. How could this be? Why did so many ancient civilizations depict the same object, a handbag, in their art? There are no simple answers. But it gets stranger. These handbags aren't just ordinary bags. They're often seen in the hands of gods, deities, or mythical beings. They appear amid religious and cosmic scenes. What could this mean? Why would ancient people use the same object, especially one often tied to divine figures? The answer isn't obvious, but it points to something bigger that may reveal a deeper hidden connection between these distant cultures. Could these handbags be telling us more than we ever imagined, something about the gods or perhaps a lost ancient knowledge that traveled the world? That's the mystery we're diving into today. At first glance, it might seem easy to explain these handbags away. After all, bags are common. Nearly every culture has them. So the thinking goes, these handbags might just be ordinary objects. Nothing special. The idea is simple, these are just carvings of bags depicted by artists who saw them in everyday life. No big mystery, right? But the more you look at these symbols, the more you realize something doesn't add up. If these were just simple bags, why would they be shown in religious or mythical contexts? We don't see bowls, shovels, or chairs in the hands of gods. Why would a basic handbag be so important in ancient stories? And there's more. The handbags across different cultures look strangely alike. Same shape, same style. Even the way they're held is the same, in the palm, with the fingers upturned. This isn't normal. If every culture had bags, surely they would all look different. Yet the handbags remain almost identical across continents and centuries. Gods holding handbags, standing next to trees of life or in the middle of cosmic settings. Doesn't this seem odd for something so mundane? So the mainstream explanation, that these are just bags, doesn't hold up. It raises more questions than answers. If these handbags were simply bags, why are they always in these powerful symbolic contexts? There's got to be something more to it. Could these handbags be symbols of something deeper, something more significant? That's the real mystery. As we dig deeper into the mystery of these handbags, we realize that they may not be as simple as they seem. Some believe these symbols hold a deeper, more profound meaning. One popular theory suggests that the handbag represents the cosmos. The semicircle shape, which looks like the handle, symbolizes the sky, while the square base, the handbag's body, represents the earth. They create a visual connection between the heavens and the world below. It's an elegant idea. It suggests that these handbags are not just objects, so this is the stone that we're looking at straight down there. It's the one that I featured last night, with the man bags on it, but symbols of a divine connection, linking the material world with the spiritual. But here's the thing, many cultures that carved these symbols had rich and detailed cosmological knowledge. They didn't need simple shapes to represent such vast concepts. Ancient cultures like the Sumerians, Egyptians, and Mayans had complex views of the universe, full of intricate symbols and designs. The idea that they would reduce the vastness of the cosmos to a simple semicircle and square feels a bit too simplistic. So could there be something more? Another theory is even more mind-boggling. Some suggest that handbags are not just ancient symbols, but can also represent time travel. The reasoning goes like this: the handbags resemble modern designer bags, which weren't even a thing in ancient times. Could they be the work of time travelers? After all, strange artifacts from ancient civilizations look like they belong to a much more advanced time. For example, some carvings seem like modern technology, like cell phones, laptops, and even astronauts in space suits. Could it be possible that these ancient cultures were somehow influenced by people from the future, carrying modern objects like handbags from their time? It's a wild theory, but when you consider the strange consistency of these symbols across cultures, it starts to feel like it could be part of a bigger, unexplainable story. What if these handbags aren't just bags at all? What if they hold secrets that could change everything we know about human history? The mystery continues to deepen. Graham Hancock, the well-known author and researcher, has a theory that takes this mystery to another level. He believes that the handbag carvings are not just symbolic representations of the cosmos or time travel. Instead, he argues that these handbags could be a clue to a much older lost civilization that existed long before any of the cultures we know today. According to Hancock, these handbags might be the key to understanding a forgotten chapter of human history. His theory begins with the idea that the same handbag symbol appears in various cultures worldwide. It's not just a coincidence. Hancock suggests that ancient civilizations such as the Sumerians and the Mayans may have been visited by a group of highly advanced beings. These beings, whom he calls knowledge bearers, brought wisdom and technology to these ancient cultures. The handbags, he believes, could be symbols of these knowledge bearers and the knowledge they brought with them. Hancock's research takes him to ancient texts, particularly those from Mesopotamia. He looks closely at the story of Oannes, a figure from ancient Sumerian mythology. Oannes was said to be a godlike figure who came from the sea and taught early humans important skills such as writing, agriculture, and law. Interestingly, Oannes is often depicted holding a handbag in many ancient carvings. Hancock connects Oannes with the Seven Sages, a group of wise beings who, according to ancient Mesopotamian texts, were responsible for bringing knowledge to humanity. Hancock believes these seven sages could be the same beings who traveled across the world, leaving behind clues in the form of these handbag symbols. What if the handbags were their way of marking their presence and signaling their role as the teachers of ancient civilizations? The more Hancock delves into this theory, the more he believes these knowledge bearers could have been part of an ancient civilization long before our known history. A civilization so advanced that its legacy was passed down through symbols, myths, and carvings. Could the handbags be the key to unlocking this lost history? If Hancock's theory about an ancient lost civilization is true, then one more piece of the puzzle needs to be explored: the cataclysm. According to ancient texts, there was a time when the world was nearly destroyed. The Great Flood myth appears in many cultures, from the Bible's Noah's Ark to the Mesopotamian tale of Ziusudra. Some believe these floods weren't just stories. They were records of an actual disaster. Hancock connects this cataclysm to the Younger Dryas, about 12,000 years ago, when the Earth suddenly plunged into an ice age. During this time, massive floods and natural disasters ravaged the planet. It's believed that the survivors of this cataclysm may have been the very beings who brought advanced knowledge to the primitive humans. The seven sages might have been these survivors, including figures like Oannes. After the disaster, they could have traveled worldwide, spreading the knowledge of their advanced civilization. Their handbags may have been symbols of these knowledge tools that held the wisdom to rebuild after the cataclysm. Could this lost civilization be the root of all the ancient wisdom and technology that sprang up worldwide? The clues seem to be hidden in plain sight. So what are these handbags? Are they just ancient symbols, or do they hold a deeper secret? Graham Hancock's theory points to an ancient civilization that passed down knowledge through these symbols. These handbags could be a key to understanding our past, a sign of a lost civilization that shaped the world we know today. Whether they represent divine knowledge, advanced technology, or a time long gone, one thing is clear: the mystery of these handbags is far from solved. And perhaps they just hold the answers to questions we've yet to ask.